What is up, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. It is actually super early. It might look very dark, but it is about 6:45 a.m. Lately I've been waking up like past noon, and I've realized that that's really bad and I should just be waking up a lot earlier so I have a lot more time in the day to do stuff, especially that the sun goes down at 4. That doesn't help anything. So you might be asking why I am at the car wash when it is rainy outside. I have to get some air in my tires, and when I first pulled up there was somebody at the diesel pump right over there with the trailer. I couldn't park anywhere near it because that's the only air pump that works around here, and I need that air pump because these wheels leak air. It is horrible. Every time I drive this car, I have to drive my car straight to this gas station right up the road and pump air into all of my tires because they all leak, which is horrible. I know I should get new wheels, but this car doesn't get driven as it should. But I'm still in the works of trying to get new wheels. I actually want to just trade these for some stocks, maybe with some cash on my end. That'd be awesome. But today I have to do a bunch of stuff to the Z to make it a lot nicer. I've been kind of neglecting it in a way, just from figuring out the R33, planning, you know, what I'm going to do with that and everything. But today is the day to fix a lot of the flaws on the Z. I'm sure you can see a bunch from just me walking around. So one of the things for today is the side skirt. I need to unbolt the side skirt, hopefully clean it down a little bit, cut a little piece right there, and then rewrap that corner. I'm gonna try to sand it down more so that it has more to grab onto, but hopefully that fixes that problem. That happened going over a speed bump. It literally peeled it back like a little sandwich, and now there's a bunch of rocks and debris under there, which sucks, but it's okay because these side skirts just fall off with a couple bolts. You can also see here on the end of the side skirt, there's some more peeling, but that's gonna happen with a low car. But I just need to trim off those little things and it'll make it a lot cleaner. And some more of the peeling right there. Coming into the interior, first thing I have to do is take off the steering wheel and then move it over one little spline, and then it'll make it a lot straighter. But I can't do that until I get all the wheels up with air and then the alignment is perfectly straight, because right now it's pulling pretty hard to the left. And then second, I have to get rid of the hydro e-brake. That is a pain in the butt. I'm so bummed that that broke, but that's what happens to cheap e-brakes. You can just see right here the cheap technology used to making this e-brake. This tiny little bracket was holding on the master cylinder by just a couple threads, which really sucks because I really like the hydro. I never had a hydro before and it was really fun while it lasted. There's a lot more problems that this hydro actually comes with. So if you can see down there, that floor is wet. So if you see the hydro lines, they kind of go from right here down under through the dash. And when I'm driving and it's raining, water is getting on my feet, which means that there's water getting through the firewall, which what I assume is from those holes from the hydro, and it's getting onto my feet, which is no good. And then after I remove the hydro, I will be left with a broken cut plastic center console and shifter piece. I plan to try to get one from somebody that is parting out their car, but until I get those pieces, there will be a chunk missing out of my center console. But at least there won't be this huge limp dick of a hydro sitting right between my arm and my leg. Since we were picking up the plastics from the part out Z, I thought it would be a good idea to cop the stock exhaust, just because this car is stupid, obnoxious, loud. I really need to quiet it down, especially if somebody is going to be buying this car. Nobody is going to want a car with huge blast pipes coming out the end. They stick out probably a foot outside the car. I've already busted up my shins from it. That probably won't be in today's video, but we have to drive over to the air compressor. And right off the bat, this is our culprit, the bent wheel in the rear. Got all the air in the tires. The steering wheel is like one tiny little thing to the left. So when I get back to the place, I will fix that. But first I have to do a oil change on the Subaru. But look, I wasn't lying. It is morning. That thing has been burning hella oil lately. If anybody knows why it's burning so much oil, it's a 2004 Subaru Forester. It's just been burning oil and it smells like shit, honestly. Another thing I have to check out today is every time I get to a stoplight, I smell coolant burning. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I think I have some sort of loose coolant line somewhere. Some might say this is a boring part, doing the oil change in the Subi, but it's manual. So it's basically like doing an oil change in an STI. Alright, so let's get cracking. So like I said, this is basically same style of oil change on a Subaru STI or WRX. I'm pretty sure that this is the same engine, just with a turbo on it. Comment down below if I'm wrong. So kids, if you are watching, this is where cocaine comes from. Say no to drugs. Do you want to be snorting battery acid? So what I got right here is my brand new light I just bought because I cannot see inside the garage. But if you look closer, there's a bolt right here, and this is completely stripped. I just tried to vice grip it, was not turning at all. So I think the only thing I can do is break the glass and then put the light bulb in that way. Shit. Damn, is this glass? That's thick as shit. Alright, so I came up with a new plan. I got this thing. The glass was not breaking, and I just, yeah, it felt like it was super thick, and it might need to be there. So we're just gonna cut the bolt right off. Hopefully this goes smoothly. So now we can move back. Wow, this is thick, and the glass, well, I thought I could pop, oh, it does pop out, and wow, look at that. That is thick. There was no way I was breaking that. Alright, so according to my calculations, this should light up. Oh shit, that's hot. Oh my goodness, is that safe? That is bright as shit. Oh no, that can't be good, it's smoking. Alright, not using that thing. It's safe to say that that's going in the trash. Busting out my mini guy. This doesn't blind me or smoke. We are under the Subaru. You can see that the oil filter is right there. Really easy to get to. That looks like a 14? Maybe a 17. And a 17 it is. There she goes. So this is what we're rolling with today. The 530 Mobil 1. Mobil 1 has never let me down so far. I've been using it for probably like 3.5 years now. It's about time to pour the oil inside here, and I don't know exactly how much oil it takes. So yeah, I got a 5 quart, and I don't want to put all that in there because, you know, too much oil means bad things. So I'm on the local Subaru pages, and I'm going to ask, how much does my Subaru 04 Forester take in oil? Kidding, don't ever be the guy that asks stupid questions on Facebook. So if you guys have been following the channel, you guys know that I am a no filter activist. I'm going to pour this straight into the engine without a filter, and I am not going to miss a drop. It's going good so far. We're probably at about a 7-inch elevation, 8-inch elevation, and I completely sent it with the waterfall of oil, and bango. And just like that, we are done with the Subaru. Since I'm touching up some vinyl, I might as well attack this area too. You can see that there's a bunch of water in this little pit, and it's a little saggy, and there's no more adhesion left on the film right there. If I wanted to completely prevent that, I would have done an inlay. So right now I'm gonna have to do an outlay, and it might look a little trash, it might look good, but I have to do that. It's gonna look a lot better than the saggy Ann right here. Got my handy dandy little Vivid knife. These things are amazing. They cut through vinyl like a charm. Let's start on this little thing. I was too lazy, didn't cut this part out. It failed a little bit, but I always knew I'd be able to cut it out. The reason I didn't do that was simply because under there isn't a black or amber light. It's actually painted the same color as it was painted before, which is like an ugly blue purple, but I don't even think you're going to notice it. So I'm going to cut out that little square, and then hopefully it cleans it up a lot better. pretty much done trimming all the parts that I want to. Instead of taking this whole section, I'm going to try and save a little bit film and just do this little pocket right here. Hopefully you don't see the seams too bad, but it's a lot better than the bubbles. Clipped off all the stuff on the side skirt and the rear valances. Got all that little clipping stuff off. Cut it about right there. Just gonna wrap that front little piece. Finished up with all the touch-ups. You can see that it's kind of having a hard time seating right there, but it just needs to be pulled up. It looks pretty mint. It's just dirty on this side, clean on that side, but looks a lot better than falling off. The bumper turned out fantastic. You can't even see any seams there, probably, but it looks a lot better than it did. This side, yeah, wow. I'm happy to say that there's no flapping vinyl in the wind anymore. It makes me feel a lot better. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, getting that horrible smell of coolant burning inside the cabin. So I sniffed around the engine bay and I smelt kind of where it was coming from. If you can see, you can't see it all, but there's this little top to the bleeder screw back here that was pretty loose, and I think under pressure that could have been leaking a little bit. Hopefully that solved the burning coolant smell. Overflow still has a lot of coolant in there. I need a new cap, but this has surprisingly been working pretty good. Now that we got the Z pretty cleaned up, I guess I can kind of explain to you what's kind of going on with this thing. So you guys know that I got this 350Z for a drift project, but it is super rainy around here and it's going to start snowing soon, and drifting isn't going to be alive till around May. And if I want to make the R33 as cool as I want, this will have to be sold. It's a pretty easy pick, either this or the R33, and I can always get another Rodnock 350Z, pop a new engine in there, and drift all day. But like I said from the beginning of this build, you guys know that this was supposed to be a super fast project, and I think I've only had this car for around 2 months, and it's completely done. Obviously I still have to do like the headlight stuff, and I always said I was gonna get wheels, but no sense buying wheels for this thing when I have to buy different wheels for the R33. So yes, this thing is going to get sold. I knew that it was going to get sold one day. That was pretty much the whole plan for this thing, was to fix it up a little bit, get some content out of it. Now I've had a super weird color car, and I've always wanted to do that, so I get to check that off my bucket list. But it's always fun to get a project car and finish it. This is kind of what I had for a vision. I really wanted to install the underglow, but I never got around to that. And if you are looking to buy it or have somebody that wants to buy it, I will do a bottom low of $5,300. It's up on Craigslist right now for $6,500 OBO. But to a subscriber or one of my friends or something, 53 is the lowest I can go. I learned a lot how to pull an engine. I've never ever done a motor swap on one of my own cars. I helped Magnus, I've helped Dylan, but I've never got around to doing it on my own car. Clean title, 350Z 2004 with an 05 engine with 60,000 miles, 5,300. Let me know. Now that the Z is looking fresh, we are going to take the Subaru to the beach, because my mom's watching our baby today, so me and my girlfriend got to have a little date day at the beach. Fresh oil change, plus check out that OG Should Be Good sticker. First ones I ever made for my YouTube or Instagram, which should be good. I just thought it was a funny ass saying. Alright, we made it to Seaside. Check out this BMW, WAG. That thing's flossing. And then we got the good old quick, clean car wash. KKK in Seaside. That's not cool.